Okay, welcome to Pathfinder mini-campaign session 1, Jailbreak of the Fall of Whitecliff. I was going to say D&D game, but this is Pathfinder. So if everything's working, you should see the opening screen in Roll20, and you should also see your character tokens. We're joined by 4 out of our 5 wonderful players who are going to try to play Pathfinder. Oh, I've got YouTube open. I must delete YouTube. Goodbye. Okay. So let's start with character introductions. Just left to right with Averi. Would you like to introduce your character briefly?
Believe it or not, the name is actually Averi.
Averi.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Averi. I am a Stormsoul Sylph Swashbuckler. My skills are dashing and dodging around and working with my rapier in a dualistic fashion.
Excellent. And next over is Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree. I don't get out much. Socializing really isn't a thing. But I punch things hard, and I'm hard to punch. And probably my favorite thing is if you try to punch me and miss, I get to punch you back. So, all about the punches. It's gonna be fun. Probably not the best to talk to people. Yeah.
Sounds very much like a black belt in the monk ways. Corvantis.
Hello there, my name is Corvantis. It's wonderful to be here. I am a human war priest. My name is Corvantis Escobar, and I serve the deity Erori. Erori? Ah, devils, I can never pronounce their name. It's a difficult one to pronounce. But yes, it's good to be here.
Excellent. And last but not least, Elly.
I was trying to figure out who it actually is that I worship, because I did like God of the Moon and Stars, but Asteria, I guess, would be the goddess of the stars who I worship. I am a sorcerer, star soul, and I'm a dusk elf. I get out a lot, but typically not around people, because typical people sleep at night, which is usually when I'm out. I don't punch stuff. I throw meteors at them. And I'm relatively decent at talking to people, I guess, if I feel like it. Yeah. It's good to be here. Where are we, by the way?
That's an excellent segue because you are all in Whitecliff, which is a small region, a coastal region, with the fortress Whitecliff Castle kind of standing on the edge of the cliffside. You've got kind of like almost like Scottish cliffs, kind of an idea, and the castle sitting out there at the top. And there's a village kind of not too far away of Whitecliff. You're in the region where the Cairn Builders is kind of an ancient settlement that's been developed and established into what it is now in Whitecliff. And the region is kind of ruled by the castellan of the region. His name is Charles Rankin, and he is not a good man from all reports and your own personal experiences. In fact, you have been jailed by Charles Rankin, the castellan of Whitecliff, for various misdeeds of varying severity. And you find yourselves in the dungeon in Whitecliff, or not at the dungeon. You've been sentenced to either execution or to be imprisoned for indefinite amount of time. But the crimes that you've committed against Rankin, maybe that would be a good place for me to check in. For this man is think Robin Hood. He was the sheriff of Nottingham. He's raises the taxes. He takes everything that he can get, and he's just generally a very bad man. So what might be a reason that Averi, you might be captured and charged and put into this holding cell?
Oh, you mean mocking him in front of a crowd of people?
That'd do it. His guards would basically jump on you and drag you away, stick a bag over your head. That's the last thing you saw until the bag was pulled off and you're in this holding cell. And
He was
amongst
asking for it.
Indeed, and you can definitely would have seen a lot of the common folk like stifling laughter, so that because they all agree with you, but you're the one who got dragged off. And as the bonds are loosed and you're shoved forwards into the holding cell, you'd find yourself in the same spot with three other companions, and the first of them being Bree. What would cause you to be falling into disfavor with Castellan Rankin?
Look, as much as I would love to claim I didn't start the fight, I did. But the thing is that I also finished it. I already be praised. Because I follow the same god as that guy. And she kind of like waves at the cleric. Because we both follow the same deity. I just checked.
What was the name of that deity, by the way?
Irori.
Irori.
How do you spell?
It's Irori.
Hi, Rory. And what kind of
Irori.
deity? That's a good segue over to Corvantis. What kind of deity is Irori?
Well, Irori is, they are the master of masters, the enlightened one, the perfect human, the perfect man. They are a lawful neutral god. And they're wonderful, don't you know? And, well, the reason I got thrown in there is because, well, those gods tried to tell me that one of the other gods was better, and, well, I told them they could shove it somewhere, and they didn't care for that much.
Yes, Irori is not the deity of the favorite deity of the Castellan. So, any speaking to the contrary of not a false religion, but an unwanted one, and you are arrested, bag thrown over your head. They probably you're a war cleric. What does that mean for like? What do you look like? Do you have armor? Do you have shield, or what kind of stuff?
So he doesn't carry a shield, but what he does have is he's got a couple spells, and he also has a giant hammer on his back, which is a sacred earthbreaker. So being a war cleric, it's a mix between, and correct me if I'm wrong, or war priest. Sorry, not war cleric. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dita, but I believe it is a mix between fighter and cleric. Correct?
I believe it is a hybrid class for fighter and cleric.
That's what I thought as well.
So you're,
So
you're
yes.
By the way,
basically
it's
like a
Swashbuckler.
Templar.
Mhm. Yes.
So
I'll heal
to
you
add
and I'll
that
beat the bad guys.
there is such a thing as paladin. War priest is a little bit different.
So yeah, you have a bag thrust over your head. You feel many arms grabbing onto you and pulling your arms behind your back as you're cuffed, and you can tell that there's probably like 6 to 8 people like marching you off until you're thrust into a wagon. And the next time you see the light of day is, well, as of now, never. You're in a holding cell and there's no sunlight. So, and you look over to your left or right. We'll see in a moment, and you see an elf. Elly.
A very pissed elf. A very, very pissed elf. I was enjoying the night, probably last night, and just as the sky has no borders, what makes this asshole think that he owns this land to where I can't even kill a squirrel for my meal?
Yep, you're hunting
Does that make
on the region.
any sort of sense?
This is the
Does a
Castellan's
squirrel
property.
just stay in your little caged borders?
The entire land
You
is the
wacko.
Castellan's borders. You're under arrest for poaching. And I imagine there's a brief chase. They're mounted, and so eventually you are tracked down and arrested as well. And so you find yourselves in this little holding cell. You have a barred gateway. There's actually 2 doorways, and both with giant padlocks. And just before you're thrust in, they pull the hoods off of your head and and you're still cuffed in the front. They changed it before you came in. And let me arrange the map just slightly, because you would be able to see kind of. I'll just do this, the area here.
Is there a bunk in the room?
There's benches, no bunks. There's 2 benches along the off
The
walls.
benches made out of. Are the benches made out of wood?
Yes.
Can I go start scratching at the bench?
Yes. Now you've been disarmed,
Cool.
so you don't have your weapons or anything. You'd still have your armors and stuff because they didn't strip you or anything. This is all very recent. These 4 arrests have taken place in pretty much the same evening. However, you've had lots of chatter amongst the guards of them talking about, a quick execution, a quick trial. If one of the castellans, let's see, he's supposed to have a name, which I suppose I should reference. But there's a wizard who lives here at the castle, which is kind of his second in command almost. And so once the wizard Salome receives you, he will be able to just do a quick trial and judgment, whether that's execution or for you to rot for years in the dungeon. But you're in here. You can see the 2 guards that are kind of in the room are just kind of started to play cards and everything. What would you like to do?
I have a question.
I will try to
How
answer.
thorough were they? Because it sounds like they were rushed in getting us for committing our crimes, and obviously, I must show off with my rapier. But I would like to have my dagger hidden or like to hide it.
Okay.
And I would like to test that.
Yeah, you absolutely can. The guards would have taken your rapier, anything that's like immediately visible. So if you had an actual like a dagger on your belt, they would have taken that. But if it's more of a concealed dagger, or even something more like a knife, like this is a very easy 4-inch blade versus an actual dagger, which is probably 6 to 12 inches. That's going to be 2 different types of weapons. So depending on what Averi has and where she's trying to hide it, absolutely.
I would have tried to hide it. It would be a full dagger, and it would have also been within easy reach, so I would have tried to stash it as quickly as possible. Well, maybe not as quickly as possible, but
Okay, yeah, you can make it roll for it. So that
I
would
presume
be
sleight of hand.
a sleight of hand check, yes.
Come on, +7.
Yes.
Let's see.
That's how you start the game.
You absolutely concealed it. You're able to start to move away from the guards, shielding yourself as they were approaching. You just stashed it wherever would be.
I was definitely fighting back with my rapier and stashing my dagger.
Simultaneously. That's excellent.
Well, I'm cool like that.
Absolutely. And you were extremely successful. They patted you down very briefly, but I don't know, you got the idea that the guard that was trying to pat you down was going for a different type of patting and not really so much frisking for weapons. So, very naughty. But the Castellan does not employ very good people.
Mm-hmm.
So, you do have your dagger. You're still cuffed, however.
Mhm.
You know, I just thought would be a really funny character. This is kind of off topic. An atheist cleric just doesn't believe there's a god, but somehow gets power. I'm sorry, that just came to my mind.
Well, if Corvantis
Universal
wants an
power.
easy
The way a
way
lot
out
of
of the
people
jail.
take their-
Oh no, I have a way
So-
out. I just don't want to use it.
So
'Cause it's
Averi
really
is definitely like slumped very casually and like with just done with life face in the corner here. And as Elly is scratching at the wood, just kind of mentions, "Would you keep it down? I'm trying to get my beauty sleep. Rest." She's very clearly not trying to get sleep, but she is sitting down super casually.
Corvantis just looks over you. Really? I'm not gonna ask.
You hear Bree from her corner mutter, "Keep trying." And I would like to, if possible, roll escape artist, which I think is Bree's going to try to wiggle her way out of her cuffs.
Okay.
Do you have a rank and a class skill for it?
I have the check mark for it.
You have to have
It doesn't
one
say you
rank
need to
in
be.
it. With an asterisk, you have to have both the check mark and one or more ranks in it to use it.
Oh, I don't have an asterisk next to it. So what does that mean?
Oh,
can't.
sorry. My bad. I thought it was an asterisk.
asterisk.
My bad.
No, it's
You,
not.
you can totally use it.
May I try to wiggle my way out of?
Yeah,
the cuff?
actually, can I do the same thing?
You both can attempt to. It's not so much picking the locks as it's just you're pulling your hands out through it. So, yeah.
I'm gonna try as well.
Okay. Well, let's start with Bree.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Hold on, I wanna try.
So,
I got one.
that's amazing.
I got a dirty one.
Yeah, I think they flipped the camera off. Let me change it over. Okay.
Oh no. Oh my
It's because
god.
your hands are too big.
So
to be fair, this guy he is bigger. Like he's a big buff dude. So like just it actually makes sense that he wouldn't be able to get him off.
yeah,
Would you
you're
keep it down and let the girls do the work?
yeah. Oh yeah, you're all three of you are girls. So
I like
you-
twist my wrist and make my wrist smaller than my make my hand smaller than my wrist so that it can fit smoothly through the cuff.
Yeah,
Bree
so-
just like
Uh,
she just stares at it and she's like, "Oh, this was practice stuff." And I like to think that she like flips her way out of it and then catches the cuff.
Yep. Yeah. So 3 out of the 4 of you.
The winds that surround Averi and are just kind of slowly swirling, kind of bunch up and help to push off the manacles for me.
So the manacles don't clatter. You're all dexterous enough with your rolls to maneuver them so there's no clinking or anything. But amongst the 4 of you, you can see 3 of you have gotten out of your cuffs, and you probably share some meaningful looks towards each other.
Well, was anybody else unfairly imprisoned?
Bree,
Yes.
Bree like starts to raise her hand, then she's like, "No, I kind of deserve it." Like,
Corvantis just goes, All I did was praise my god, and they knocked me in here.
All I did was insult his face. Like, he deserves it. He needs to lighten up.
I
Some
started.
faces just ask for insults.
It really does. And
Sorry, what was that,
everyone
Mckenzie?
enjoyed it.
Said I full on started a brawl. Did you guys hear the tavern?
Some
fight
people's
before?
faces are. Some people's faces ask to be punched. Just the way of life.
Yeah, they were being rude.
Avery's gonna shout out there, "Hey, which one of you has the keys?"
There's a scoff as one of those. Like we're gonna tell you that you're about to be executed.
As they're
on.
opening their mouths, are they within eyesight of me?
Yeah, you can see this is the one that I don't think my roll 20 is functioning properly.
So
That's the
here,
one
Adrian,
closest to.
I'm gonna tell you what I want to do. As his mouth opens, I want to create water inside of his mouth because it's technically not within a creature. It's open air, and I want to create 60 gallons of water that is just gonna go down his throat.
Okay. Do you have the ability to throw the spell into roll 20 or no?
I can do that.
I just realized my
As
roll
he
20 was not
does-
working. I was in the
Why?
I was not on the pointer button. I was on the other one.
I've done
This
that
one.
a few times. Okay.
Oh.
Disc.
Is that HD or HP? Humanoid of 4 HD or
Hit
less?
dice. Hit dice. So
It's
that's usually
Oh.
it's similar to challenge rating. Like hit dice, if you're level 4, you'll have 4 hit dice type thing.
Oh, okay.
So
then
yeah.
can I?
That's-
Can I?
So 1 moment. So
Can I do that? Okay.
so Corvantis, this requires vocal and semantic. So I imagine you're just kind of like point out at him and say some sort of magical like.
So, Dieter, I do know that it can't be created within him. That's why I'm saying I want to create it because his mouth is open. So I want to create
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
opening of his mouth going in.
I wanted to make sure that was
Yeah,
clarified.
yeah. I'm thinking it's
With the
basically
open
like a
mouth.
big giant dump bucket of water. Like he's like, hey,
Yeah,
you, and then
kinda.
in the face.
I basically want to do that, and
Okay,
he just kind of speaks under his breath. For a Rory.
Okay, so for him, I will make him roll, I guess, a reflex saving throw.
I don't know what the thing would be, but
Wolf vomit. Because that's what's gonna happen.
yeah. Oh, it's only up to 2 gallons, so 2 gallons. But that's still like, oh my god.
Natural
So-
20s tonight. Oh god.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy's
no,
gonna
he's
be
fine.
here tonight.
Everybody roll just a random d20 just to see if it's actually like. Okay.
You want me to still roll it?
Yeah, just so everyone gets
My
the.
best roll so far.
Okay, so.
It's not, but they
Bree.
Okay, so it's not super crazy. So, but the guard, he rolled his natural 20. He turns around, he's basically about to tell you to shut up, and then the water just guzzles into his face, and he's displaced from his stool because they're standing at kind of a like a bar table over here playing cards, and everything's just soaked and stuff gets splashed off the table, and he kind of thuds into the wall, just kind of like shakes his head, queens out his beard, water going everywhere. And
Corvantis immediately stands up. Are you okay?
he's gonna he
Oh my
grab
god, how far does the water go? How far
Uh,
away is the water?
so
Does it go to the cell?
for 2 gallons, that's like what, 2 milk cartons basically.
That's 2 of the
Yeah.
big jugs of milk, so it's a
Uh,
decent bit of water. It's not a
it would-
small bit.
So it burst towards the wall, hit the floor, and it would start kind of spilling over. I don't think it would reach the cell just quite yet.
Dang it.
But yeah, he angrily grabs
Curses.
his axe from where it's leaning against the wall and kind of stomps
Oh,
over to the door.
no.
And as Corvantis, you're professing false concern. He says, "Which
But it's
one
more
of
like-
you did that?"
Is there a deception? in
You,
this?
you can absolutely roll.
is.
Yes.
Bluff.
I mean,
It's bluff.
what do I
It's
roll?
bluff. Bluff.
Bluff. Oh, jeez, I shouldn't have done this. Luck be a lady. So that's a natural 1. He sees right through that.
Yeah. He saw your semantic
Minus one.
emotions. Well, roll 20
Okay.
is absolutely like
That's the
extreme
first
today.
time I've seen a -1 before. That is so funny.
You guys are mean.
Does he have keys on him?
You can roll a
I've seen it
spot check.
in a 0 before, but never a -1.
What's
Dang.
his
I guess
Not
actually in
bad.
here it's perception actually. That is one thing they kept from
What's a spot? What's a spot check?
spots
Actually,
from
I
3.5.
wanted-
This actually still is perception. I was wrong.
Oh,
May I look as well?
Yes, you may.
Peeking around.
Are we all allowed to look?
If you're like trying to, yeah.
25.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
Corvantis
also
is
want to
just
look
kinda
around
tough.
and see if there's. I also want to look around and see if there's like bat poop around, but that's just
Bat poop.
me. Not me. Bat poop. Yes.
You can look for guano.
Yes.
Bree,
Thank you.
Corvantis, you can see the guard that's coming up, soaking wet from the beard head down. He it does have a big ring of jailer's keys on his belt.
I guess Avery, without knowing, will just say in a taunting manner, "Oh, so you're the one who has keys."
Yeah, he's
Just
got his
because.
axe in one hand and he's like, "Which one of you did it?" And he points kind of more at the war priest, and it looks like he's about to do
Are you
something.
willing to get a closer look?
Can
Corvantis.
I
Okay,
get a
what?
spell ready?
Okay, what is Elly planning to do?
I have a spell that all it takes is a pinch of wood. Oh, sorry. It was a pinch of wool. I'm reading this wrong. I was scratching at the thing for no reason. Yeah, can I just take a piece of my clothing instead?
Am I
Yes,
close enough to touch the
Sorry.
guard?
the guard
first
is
time I
getting up
actually-
next to the bars. Yes, if you were
I
to
will
reach
still
can I
through,
get
you
things
could.
arm's
ready?
reach.
It's a full arm's length, but you
Can I-
can touch him or like just grab his kind of. He's got a leather jerkin over what looks to be like a chainmail shirt. It's got kind of
I
the
don't
loose.
care about his armor.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're trying to grab.
Can I cast?
Him
Can I take a piece of wool off of my clothes for a pinch of
shocking
wool
grasp
to cast
on
haste?
his water-bound body. I
Okay.
don't know if you're going to bonus that or with anything, but
So with electricity, it's not magical water or anything. So
Just
zap.
water.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
water conducts electricity. So
Yes.
big zap.
you can get an extra dice of damage for it. And then Elly in the back, you
I'll take
instead
it.
of chipping the wood, you could have already been kind of pulling some material off of your clothes. So you've got some
Yeah.
a wad of loose
Sure.
threads that's kind of all bunched up together, and it's kind of has that same substance of like cloth or wool. So you can do yours as well. And I
Yeah.
think at this
I
point,
totally thought it said a pinch of wood, and I was like, okay.
Like that's a weird verbiage right there.
That's a very weird verbiage.
Fucking twos.
Oh, we're doing initiative.
yes, everybody please roll initiative.
Oh,
Where is
yeah.
Guys, I got a
initiative?
2.
Whoops.
Oh, where
where's
is?
initiative?
I'm not alone.
There's hit points, and then you just go down. It says knit.
Aha!
That's your initiative.
Mine's a minus. Oh wow, and that's a -1.
You're going first
Okay, I'm
My
just
dice
missing
have decided to be
Elly.
nice.
with your -1.
Like -1.
Oh,
Actually,
guys,
I
there's
think
a-
he had a -2 because you cannot roll a 0, so he had to have like a -2 on that, didn't he?
Yeah, I have a lot of
that was
-2s.
charisma.
Charisma, I
See,
have
that's why
-2.
I've never seen a -1 before.
So
Yeah, my charisma is a 7, so I'm not the
Don't
face of
worry.
the group.
okay, so
I'm
let-
pretty enough for the
Duh.
two of us.
So this is what's happening. So the guard, soaking wet, comes up to the thing, to the gate. Which one of you did it and everything? And then Averi launches forwards, arm through the bars, touches them, and casts the shocking grasp. So you automatically rolled your damage. So you did 4, and you rolled an extra d6, so 7 points of damage.
7 lightning. Yep.
7 lightning damage.
You can roll a will to negate it, by the way.
Which guard are you casting on?
I was casting it on this one, so he can't take an action to
The second one?
to attack us back.
Then you're probably going to this.
No, the one that has the keys.
Oh, so you are doing it on that one.
I was doing it on that one, and then I was gonna go ahead and go over there.
So
But-
it's not necessary because you see the guard's skeleton kind of flash through his skin, even with the amount of power that's going through his body. There's an unbelievable amount of shock through him, and as soon as you let go of him, he just drops to the ground, sizzling. And you kind of
he's
Shock
dead.
slumps to the
value of
ground.
this is immense.
Jeez.
Yes, he was
All
not
right.
prepared for that at all. He was
And is it my
primed
turn?
and ready with that water. So
No, it's my turn.
Corvus.
yep. So
Oh, okay, sorry.
just because that action
Oh,
triggered
okay.
the combat, everything else is now reactionary to that action of springing through the gate.
Got it.
So Corvantis, your ally just reaches out and fries this guard. What do you do?
From seeing that, I want to. Do I have like cuffs on?
You still have cuffs on, yes.
Okay. I want to try and just take them and break them.
Right on. Okay, so you're gonna
Uh,
roll. That's gonna
strength?
be a strength. That's gonna be. Just roll your strength dice, I guess. Just a.
Okay. That's a 17.
Yep. So you go, and then you're still wearing the cuffs around the wrists, but the chain connecting them breaks, and your
Alright.
hands are no longer restrained.
That's real. That's half my action thing, correct? Like to do that
Would that be a standard or his full?
Yep. I would say
that's what
just doing that would be like a half, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty quick movement.
It's up to you, half or full.
I would say I was going to say half.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to create water again, and this time I'm going to kind of poke my head out, and I'm going to do it on the other guy.
Okay.
And I'm basically, this time the 2 gallons is just going to be right above him because I don't think his mouth is open.
No.
It's just going to splash down on him.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I'm not
That'll be my
sure.
turn.
Just to see if he gets knocked prone, you roll a dex save. And the water just dumps down onto him, and he kind of, it's not so much that it's the force of it, is that his boots slip on it and he falls down onto his side prone, lengthwise. Elly, you have been about to cast this. This is a cantrip or a first level spell?
It's a 0, so cantrip. Daze.
Okay, so you didn't consume the material, so you still have that because the guard was already.
I don't know if it does consume the material.
You're right. I don't
How do
think
I
it
tell?
does. I don't think it does unless it says so.
Mm.
So yeah, you've reacquired that material components. So
Cool.
you do.
Excuse me, I think your name is Bree. Sorry. Excuse me. Can I cast it on this person instead then
Yep.
at this point?
Yep.
Do you want me to re-roll it for this?
Yep. Recast.
Okay.
This is a
Do
wisdom
you
save
have to make
or
a
will.
will?
Okay. Yep, that's a 4. So he's prone on the ground. He kind of looks up and meets your eyes. What happens?
He sees my eyes glowing purple, like the galaxy, and he's just kind of like, "Whoa." Yeah.
Yeah, and he's dazed, entranced. So you moved to kind of cast your spell. Bree.
Great. Well, I'm gonna squeeze by. Excuse me, Jesus, people. And I'm gonna reach through the gate and I'm gonna grab the keys.
Okay, you can do so.
And then as I stand up, I'm gonna reach around and I'm gonna unlock the door that we're at and throw it open.
Yep, it is now open.
Awesome. And then I will move out.
Okay.
We get to probably right here because this guy's in a daze, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Can I tell? Let's see. Is this a cell door or is it a door?
That's a wood door.
Wood door. Also a wood door?
Also a wood door.
Okay. I'm gonna go to this wood door. I'm gonna put my ear against it and I want to see what I hear.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception. 14.
With a 14, you don't really hear anything.
Okay. I believe I'm gonna end my turn there, because my other instinct would be to go to the other door and listen, but I already opened the door and did the listen, so I'll end my turn there.
Okay. So, Becca, for the daze, does he get to save on each of his turns, or is he permanently locked for, or is it just one action? One round?
Sorry, I scrolled down to message to see how that works.
So,
Daze target can take no actions, though attackers do not get advantage on them.
So I think that.
And it's 1 round.
1 round is the duration.
So you're stuck no matter
Yeah,
what
1 round.
until the end of the round.
Hold on.
So he's stuck until his next turn.
This is Daddy's phone, not Mommy's phone, but it's fine if I
Becca's
give it
grandpa's
to her.
birthday's today, and he called. So.
Yeah, we're actually sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and mute, and then we'll continue.
Hold on 1 second.
So yeah, his turn is bypassed because he's dazed. So Averi.
Averi is going to saunter out and over to the guard, and because it's only one round, I will have to ask you. Coup de grace is a full round action, and because I had to move, I can only start it, and I would have to finish it next round. So I don't think I
Just
can do that, but I
what
will
are you
ask.
what are you trying to do to coup de grace him? What
Pull out my knife and like insert it into his throat or something.
you can get halfway
Dagger.
there, I'd say. I don't think so how halfway would work. You just do it.
Yeah,
You
sure.
you just
Straight in there.
right up to the hilt, and his eyes kind of blink and go from Elly up to you, and then you just see the life fade out from his eyeballs, and he is no longer with us. That's your turn, Corvantis.
Corvantis starts walking out. And he's going to pick up that axe. I mean, he doesn't know exactly what it does, but it's better to have something because he doesn't have his weapon on him. And he wants something.
Equipment. Let's see, one hand. You have a battle axe that does 1d8 damage. Crit does times 3. And it does slashing damage.
Thank you. Okay, I'll throw that in.
So you are now armed.
Yep, and Corvantis will get out to here and wait for the others before he does anything else.
Okay. Elly.
I like our tiny boy here.
What exactly did I miss? I'm sorry, just briefly. Everyone else left the cage. Okay. I'm also going to follow them out. And he's dead now?
Coup de grace. Averi stabbed him in the throat with her hidden dagger.
Very casually.
I do detect magic. Actually, I want bat poop. Is there bat poop around here?
You can make an investigation check. I believe that's the correct
Yes,
skill.
I need an investigation check because I want to...
It'd be search, I think. No, there's no search in this. The skills are messing me up because they aren't 3.5 skills. They are still modified slightly.
Intelligence? Straight?
There is
I don't know.
investigation. Oh my goodness.
No investigation. A lot
Look
of
for
the times
bat
perception is just also there.
Yeah, I guess
Perception.
just roll perception again.
Perception.
And you can
Perception.
intently percept
Perception
the
is
floor.
used for like everything.
Yes.
I don't know if I see anything.
There doesn't seem to be any bat poop in here.
Does anybody see any bat poop?
Ew, no.
And Bree's at the door like, shut up!
Sorry, I'm just looking through my spells trying to figure out what I need to be able to do stuff, and it seems like bat poop is what I need for most everything.
What, do you want to try to find your gear?
Yes, that's what I want to do. Can I go over to this door quietly, very quietly, and listen? Perception again?
That would also be
Or
perception.
can I not do that?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You can use that would be the last thing on your turn. But as you listen up against the door, you hear what sounds like someone crying.
I hear crying. It's probably the Lord because you insulted his face.
He doesn't understand.
Bree.
Hearing the harsh whisper from the weird elf, Bree's gonna kind
Which
of
weird elf?
sigh. This one. This weird elf.
Because I was the one that made the harsh comment.
She's going to come down here and try the handle. See if she can open the door.
Okay, the door is unlocked. So
Cool.
it opens.
Show me insides. Person.
So inside you see what looks to be some sort of maid, and she's sitting down on kind of like a couch, and she's crying into a handkerchief a little bit.
Hey, so looking for stuff.
She looks up at you in surprise and kind of looks past you into the other room and doesn't see the guards. She sees Corvantis probably kind of standing with the axe and kind of looks like, "Who are you?"
Just looking for my stuff. And I hold up the ring of keys. Be like, I got the keys already. I just need to know what door they're behind.
Roll a, this be what, persuasion?
Oh,
There is
God.
no diplomacy. Roll
Is
a
there an
diplomacy.
intimidation?
There is an intimidation check, yes.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I have a check mark in intimidation, but I don't have any ranks in it, so it's still they're both a -1. I'll use diplomacy.
There is a diplomacy. There is an intimidation.
I probably made her cry more.
You made her cry harder. No.
I'm not the talker. I'm not. I want my
I-
kids so I can
I
leave.
volunteer, but I'm not next in turn order.
You're
I
technically
also
not.
volunteer.
You're technically not in initiative at this specific point.
Okay, can
I'll
I
turn
come
it
in
off
and
for now.
can I come in the room with Bree?
Yeah, so if you want to kind of move, so long as we're staying in a relatively like everyone getting a chance.
Okay,
to do
honey,
something.
I'm gonna need you to shut up.
So she does not seem to be terribly thrilled with your presence, and she looks nervous. But if you're asking for your gear back, basically, she
Yes.
Yeah.
With an intimidation. I'm going to nicely intimidate her.
Okay.
You're gonna
Politely intimidate her.
You're gonna mom her.
Yeah. So tell me what
I'm
do you
gonna
do?
need you to be quiet and tell me where my stuff is, please.
If your prisoners here were supposed to be, they probably put all your stuff up in either the guards' outpost or the castellan's office up in the top of the towers.
Okay, and where are those?
Well, the
Top of the-
castellan's
Top of the tower?
up in the go up the staircase. The guards have rooms all over. There's one over here, and she points to this door.
Okay, now why are you crying?
My son was arrested recently, and I don't know if he's going to get out of the prison.
Okay, well, right now we're doing a jailbreak, so you need to go home and get your stuff ready in case he comes home ready to leave, because I don't think the Lord is going to be overly fond of the jailbreak. So why don't you go home and prepare stuff, okay? You being here crying is not helping anyone.
So she gets up and tries to go to the door behind you.
Is that how you leave?
Yeah. And then she would open the door into a servant's quarters, and you can see that there's like beds and shelves and linens and stuff like that in here. And she begins to
Well,
go through
before
some
she
stuff.
leaves, I wanted to ask how to get out of here.
She says, "I don't know if you can go out the front doors. There's so many guards. They'll kill you for sure. You might need to go over the walls, or I don't know. But I don't want to be caught with you, or they might arrest me too."
What's your son's name in case we find him?
Bailey, but I don't think he's alive anymore.
And what's your name?
Krista.
Okay, you totally just pulled that out of a hat, didn't you?
I love just like camera just oh.
Bree will point to this door. What's in there?
It's another one of the guards' outposts. Not outposts. It's where they have some of their ready rooms.
She's gonna go over and kick the door open.
Okay.
Probably want to go up the stairs to get our stuff.
I don't have the right tool. Roll percentile dice for me, please.
95.
Okay.
There's
Wow.
a 95% chance there is a guard in that room.
Shut up, Becca.
I need to copy. Let's see. Who do I want to copy?
I
Where
don't need your sass right now, okay?
Where did all my guards go?
So there is one.
Shut up.
There's inside you.
I-
There are 3 guards
can
inside.
laugh.
Oh, jeez. Quick question for everyone else. Did anybody else grab the other battle axe?
Nobody
No.
said they did. I don't
Okay.
believe there's really any fight.
What
or
about
That
you?
is so gross to
If-
be able to battle. Oh my god, the giant.
If that's the case, he'll
Oh,
grab
they're huge.
he'll grab the second one and just put it and just he has it on his side. He's not dual wielding, but he's
Yep.
got a second one. If
Yep.
we need it, he can toss it to somebody. That's his plan.
So
By the way, what's over here?
yep. So
I
It's
you,
say-
just like a mishmash.
you see that is a stairwell winding upwards.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
I
That's all I
think
needed.
this party
Adrian, I have a
alerted the guard, guys.
Your
can
question.
we pause before Bree kicks open the door so those two can do something because they
I
haven't
was-
done anything in a
I
while?
was about to do that because you're paused over here basically. So
Cool.
Corvantis, you are collecting that extra battle axe, and you can see that the Elly is an elf. What about Bree? Bree's human, right?
Bree is human. Yeah.
Okay. So the elf and the human are
She's gonna
chatting
be
with the
little
human
Miss
girl. You see I want to keep wanting to say Sylph. Is that what Averi's
Sylph?
race is? Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So you see the Sylph in the other room, kind of looking up the staircase. What else are you both doing? You can
As
hear the.
independent as independent as I am, I know how to charm a person, and I don't really want to go up the stairs alone, so I'm just going to walk on over this way.
So at that point, this is when Krista is going into the servants' quarters, and you can see that Bree and Elly are kind of watching, conversating with her still.
She does say it's a guard ready room right before Bree decides to kick down the door.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
in case you didn't catch that.
Well, she also said that the weapons may be kept in a ready room.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, tower or guard room.
Yep.
Corvantis, I would like to get to this doorway before she does that. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. You
Okay.
You both will be able to come in if you want, and you can see Breeze kind of looks at the door, takes a step towards the door, and
As you're getting ready to, Corvantis goes, hold, take this, and he hands you one of the battle axes. Just like, take this, hit something with it, please.
she stares at you for a second, and then she holds up her fists. She's like, "They actually didn't disarm me," and then she'll kick open the door.
Literally chopping off your arms. Disarming.
The true disarming. No more arms for you.
so if you would all like to reroll
Arms are
initiative, please.
gone.
It's okay, that
Gee,
makes sense.
Oh, that's so funny.
I didn't
I
really
was
get
over
this.
there. I wasn't
Oh.
paying.
Oh goodness!
Becca, we're on a roll tonight.
You guys are
We
ridiculous.
are in a roll 20.
Who's got what's your dexterities?
+3.
+3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. If
I'm
you look
gonna
at the
say
20.
Bree goes
3.
first because she kicked open the door. So Bree, inside you see kind of 3 not fully prepared people. You can see the guy with the sword. He's got everything. His lower half done. His boots are laced up. He's got his greaves on, his leather trousers, his belt with a sword on it, and then on top he's just wearing a t-shirt, nothing else. The other 2 guys, the one with the 2-handed battle axe, he's fully armored, has his weapon helmet on. He's got his kind of skull cap helmet covering his nose. The other guy is looks like he just got off duty and he's disarmored himself, but he still has his battle axe and he's otherwise unarmed. But they both, or all three of them, look over at you, and there's just like a moment of silence. And then what do you do?
You guys are really gonna hate this character. He's gonna run into the one that isn't.
Oh my
fully,
god.
the one that isn't fully ready yet, and if I can take an attack.
Move in attack?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, great. That's a crit.
Flurry of blows is a full round action.
I think.
But I can do one attack.
Yeah.
Does that automatically roll
I
multiple
guess
ones? Because the
So,
18's a confirmed to crit.
It doesn't. Okay, it looks like it's just labeled flurry of blows, but it's a single attack. Never
Yeah.
mind.
So if I click the bundle like this, it'll show both. But if I click just one of the modifiers with it, it'll only roll once.
So that's a single attack, a natural 20 for 22, and then the 18 is a confirmation for the crit. Now I'm gonna need to have a crit card. Where's that website? Do you remember
You're
where
not
it is?
gonna let her choose?
Was it?
Dieter's got nut.
Look at his
Oh,
eyes sparkle. He's so excited.
Do you have?
I
the-
know.
Yeah, he's extremely happy right now.
He's excited.
Do you,
He's trying to
Do
hold
you
back
have the
his
site?
smile.
For the record, for anyone who ends up watching this stream later, we all have our cams on, but you can't see us. Ha 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 ha.
Uh-huh.
Mahahaha.
that works?
Did you message it, or?
I'm putting it in here.
Oh, that's perfect, because then I can just copy. I don't even need to. There you go. Crushed trachea. Trachea? How do you pronounce that?
Trachea.
Trachea. That kind of seems very appropriate considering what you just did, Bree. And it did how much damage did it do? Should I just take the first one for 7?
Yeah, I figured if you just want to take the first one for 7, that's fine.
So this guard,
DC 20 heal check.
you crush his windpipe, his trachea,
Bam,
and
straight to
in stunned, just look on his face, crunch, and then he flumps back against the back of the wall and just slides down, holding his throat, his eyes completely wide, and he doesn't seem to move once he drops to the ground.
Awesome. As soon as he falls, I look at his buddies and I go, "Let's go!" And it's very obvious this is how she started the fight in the bar.
Elly, what do you do?
Oh, this was a bad idea.
Corvantis got his
Sorry.
steps out of the way.
Excuse me. Can I cast Daze on this person? Please. 'Cause all I have is wool right now.
I believe so.
Just on that person.
So that's a DC 13 wisdom, or will, I mean.
Whoa, music.
Will.
It's a 12. So
Oh, is that me?
which one is
It
stunned?
just started. One on the right.
Oh, this is intense.
I can't.
So he's already taken his armor off, but he kind of lifts his battle axe, and all of a sudden you just meet his gaze, and what happens? Your eyes glow purple.
My eyes, they glow. They're naturally purple, but they kind of like, it looks like the galaxy's in them, and enchanting stuff happens, and sparkles. Ooh! He's dazed.
Yeah. He's mesmerized. The third one, which is the only prepared guard, he's armored up, has his battle axe. He steps over and with a big left to right swing tries to chop Bree. Now this guy has a natural 20.
Ah!
Do you add bonuses to crit card or to crit confirmations?
Sorry, what?
Do you add the to confirm the crit? Do you add the attack bonus still?
Yes.
So that's a 17. Does that beat your armor?
confirms.
So I need another
Yeah.
crit card, Dieter. You want to
You
paste
can
it?
either
Oh,
double.
no.
You can either go with the straight multiplier, or you can take
Crit card.
the crit.
Guards take crit card.
What weapon type?
It's
what
a battle
damage type?
axe.
So slashing. Slashing.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be.
I'm sorry. Battle axe is 1d8. So it still does the 1d8, right?
Yeah, I would still do
It
the
does.
standard
It
damage.
does whatever the card says.
Instead of damage.
Normal damage and
It
8
does.
bleed.
If you yeah, because it always gives a X damage and.
Okay, so. Oh wow, I'm so sorry, Bree.
down.
He hits you
You're
in the
down?
side, and it's not so much the cut. I mean, the blade does cut. It gives you a long gash, which starts to just bleed profusely. But the force of the blow also shoves you to the ground, and he yanks the weapon free and looks over at the doorway, and just kind of raises his battle axe, ready for more. Corvantis.
Make sure to track exactly how many hit points you have, even while negative.
Got
I
it.
need to look at the thing real quick. Give me a second. What does this do? Hold on.
I need to look up.
And how long does this
Also,
take?
I cannot see Bree or Corvantis' health.
I just
I
posted.
don't have mine on right now. Just give me a minute. I'm
I can
reading.
see,
What?
I can see your guys.
Uh,
You see mine?
I'm pretty sure
Alright.
you're at -5, not 16. -16.
Oh, sorry.
Corvantis
Look
goes,
at the book.
"Oh, heavens on earth, Bree!" And he holds up his hand. Wait, hold on. Does this cost anything? Do I need to have anything in my hand? No. He goes, "Now stabilize yourself," and he will stabilize you. You no longer are taking. You no longer will like start. You're no longer bleeding.
Does that cancel
you
that out?
It does. So it just stabilizes her out. So she's not going to lose any more health from bleeding out. But we need to get her back in the positive. And unfortunately, that's my full turn because I moved and I used the thing. So that's all I got.
Okay. Averi.
I got this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, I guess. I will take my dagger attack. Ah, dang. Okay,
Didn't
so
confirm.
10 probably doesn't confirm.
A 10 doesn't meet his armor. No, this guard is fully armored.
Then it'll just be the 6.
6 points.
Yes.
That just matches their hit points. So how do you take him out? I
Okay,
guess it's
so
down to
I'm
0.
charging
So
in. No, 0 is staggered. That's different than 5e. At 0, you can only take a standard or move action. You can take half of an action, and that's it. But he's still up.
yeah, so you critically wound him, and you can describe that instead of an execution. As much as I could tell you wanted to do that.
That's my movement and my action.
Okay. So you just kind of gouge him in probably towards the throat area because he's got armor on most of his others portions, and you don't quite get like severing anything super bad, but it's bleeding profusely, and he clutches it with one hand, and then returns it back to the battle axe.
It was too rushed.
Yeah, it was very close. So
Very
Bree,
close.
you are down. There is no such thing as a death save in here, and you're stabilized, so I don't think you can actually do anything. So,
Got it.
Elly.
I realized that the reason why it kept telling me I needed bat poop was because it was actually I hadn't filled it in, and that's the thing that automatically fills in is bat poop.
the one does it all ingredients. Fireball, bat poop. Illusion,
Everything.
bat poop.
Everything. Life is better with that.
Indeed.
Create water, bat poop.
Bat poop. But it doesn't require material. Bat poop.
That.
Cure wound. Write bat poop on it.
Yeah, just put some bat poop in there.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Oh my god.
Anyway, I can actually magic missile them.
Okay. Is that the same as in 5e? I don't even know.
Target
Is
up
that
to
okay?
5 creatures, no 2 of which can be more than 15 feet apart, which they are not. Instantaneous. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and do 2 on this person and 1 on this person.
Okay.
2 on the right. Wait, it's 3, right? Hold on.
It says up to 5 creatures, a missile.
Wait.
For every caster
It might
levels
be
above
just
first, you
limiting
gain
for-
additional. So you get 2 at 3rd level, so it's just 1 magic missile, I think.
Oh, okay. It's been so long.
Yeah, if
I'm
you
just
cast
gonna-
it at higher level, every level gives you an extra one, basically.
Sorry, I haven't inputted this into my thing. If you can't tell by me
So
thinking
it's
I
still
still
an
need bat
insta
poop
hit,
for it.
so you would just roll 1d4 and then +1 to it.
1d4.
So that's 4 points, and that's on the armored guard.
That's on the one on the right, who I put into
Oh.
daze because next round he will be not in a daze, and I don't want him coming at me.
Okay, so mark down 4 hit points on him. So what does this look like? I don't think you've cast magic missile before, so describe it to us.
No, I haven't cast anything except for daze. So I point at it and I go, "Ooh, wait! I can see myself if I go here." And I go, "Explosion!"
Whoosh!
And they go, "Boom!"
And then the magic just darts into his...
Explosion.
Where does it impact? His face, his chest, his big toe?
Body mass.
Okay,
Even
center
with
mass.
his armor. Wait, he was semi-armored.
No, this guy is unarmored.
Yeah.
He's just wearing his
yeah.
his casual clothes, his under tunic, and so it hits him and knocks him back a little bit. And then it's
Yeah.
their turn, and at this point, I think his daze does disappear.
Fun side note, when I did this, I actually literally signed magic. When I did that.
That's cool.
It actually means
Fine.
magic.
So this guy just been stabbed in the throat. I think he'd probably drop his battle axe because it's the two-handed weapon. And he's got 1 on the wound, and then he's gonna pull out a knife and try to stab Averi back.
All right.
20.
Wait.
It's a dirty 20.
Do I? That's really hard to match. I get 5 panache. I'm going to try anyway.
What do you get to do?
Opportune parry and riposte. I use 1 of my panache, and this is probably not going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. Nope, you still hit me.
It's worth a try.
Hi, Fuzzy.
That's 3 points on you. As clutching his throat, he just drops his weapon, pulls out this poniard, and stabs you back. It's not that bad a wound compared to like what he did to Bree or what you did to him. He's still, blood is seeping through his knuckles as he's holding his throat. You can see it's still a pretty bad wound. The other guy, however, pulls the one-handed axe and runs over here. And he sees you all.
Do it. I dare you.
He's gonna close the door.
What?
He closed the
What a
door and
dick.
tries to hold it shut, and he says, "Killer, sound the alarm!" And Corvantis, it's your turn.
Corvantis sees the door. He's gonna walk right up to it. I want to use my battle axe I have an idea of where he is. I want to try and go through the door.
How would we do this? Roll an attack. I think doors have a certain amount of hit points in Pathfinder. I'm gonna.
That's an 11 to hit a door.
It's more to hit through the door at him.
Okay. At the very least, I want to break into the door a little bit.
I just want to see what the hit points on the door would be.
Mm-hmm. And attacking is a standard action, correct?
It's a standard or full round.
Okay.
Right now, there's no difference because we only get one attack.
So
yeah.
So your battle axe goes through the door, partially through the void. So you did cut a wedge through it, and if you pull the battle axe, there's a slit. Now you can see on the other side through that cut. The guard's still there, and he's like leaning away from it because you almost hit him in the face, but you didn't quite connect with him. But the door is damaged, but not broken.
All right. Is this a standard action? Give me 1 second. What does DF mean on components? It says VSDF.
Virtual.
No.
Verbal,
That's right. Vocal.
somatic.
Vocal. Somatic.
DF means divine focus.
Okay. I don't have my divine focus on me.
Well, you might. What is your divine focus? And I'll tell you. If the
My
guards-
hammer.
Then yeah, you don't have it.
Yeah, no, my Earthbreaker is my divine focus. So, never mind. I can't do my other thing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Averi.
You poor thing.
Nice.
Into this guy.
Yep, that hits. And at 0 hit points, that brings him down. I'm sure that's an.
That is slashing across his face or something.
Yeah.
As I turn around, basically ready for the next attack.
Okay.
I'll tap him on the back of his head.
Dink, dink.
So, Bree, I feel terrible because you're down, but I don't think there's anything you can still do. Sorry.
Hey, at least you
got
stayed.
into this fight, so you know.
Elly.
I'm gonna cast Phase on this person. It's just such a convenient spell right now.
Do you need line of sight?
So can you?
There's a wedge in there.
There's a wedge.
You said there was a wedge.
Yeah, it's little. I would make you have to roll at least a perception check to be able to see him through the wedge and cast it.
Days.
Yeah, visual part of it.
I think it has to be something that you can see. So roll a perception check.
Okay, I'll roll a perception. If I can't percept, will you allow me to?
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to
something
cast
else?
without seeing him. You only will need to roll a 10, so that you can see him.
Oh,
So 13.
perfect. Yeah. So
Nice.
AC, roll a will for me, will you?
Yep, he fails. So he gets tapped on the shoulder, turns around, and just kind of his eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and he is dazed on
He
his
looks
turn.
drunk.
Corvantis.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna battle axe the door again. I don't have anything else I can do. Oh, he's in.
You could open it.
But-
Get in through the door.
But
Oh,
battle
he's
axe-
dazed.
battle
He's
axing
dazed.
is cooler, but your choice.
Okay, I'll standard action open the door, and then I want to battle axe him.
Okay.
Which way does the door go?
It moves
Semantics.
inwards.
Moves in. Can I still move it?
Yeah, you
I
just
don't
kind
think he'd
of
be giving.
you just kind of push him out of the way a little bit. He's he looks over at you as you push the door open, holding the battle
My
axe
strength is-
still kind of up, but
Yeah.
he's not coherent really.
Guess what? Flanking isn't an optional rule in Pathfinder.
Yep, you gain a +2 bonus.
I gain +2.
Mm-hmm.
Just add that to my roll because I don't know how to
Yeah,
put that
just
in.
click and then add.
Oh, I didn't confirm the crit. No.
This is crazy how many crits are going on here.
Do I still get the 4 and 12 damage? Do I still get the 16
4
damage?
ones?
Don't question me.
So you do at least 4 damage.
You have to crit to get the second half.
How do you
I don't get the second half?
The second half is if the crit confirms. The
So-
first half is with a regular
Oh,
attack.
because you're using a battle axe is times 3.
Yeah.
That's so cool. How do you want to kill him?
As he opens the door, he just takes a battle axe, goes, "You don't kill my friend," and chops his head off.
And there's a blood spurt, and the head just goes flying out of sight from the room, and the body just tumbles to the ground. And there's a scream from behind you. And then
Corvantis just looks behind.
the screaming then stops, and she has fallen to the ground.
How'd
What?
she die?
Okay, maybe not dead.
Fainted.
She fainted.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Are we out of initiative?
You're out of initiative.
Well, I guess it's a good thing she gave us information before she passed out. You!
Corvantis
I know you're
runs
overly
over.
excited. Oh, she's passed out. Yeah.
9 healing.
Nice, Max.
Nice.
Yep, that's max. So 9 health. Bree.
So describe how
As you're waking up, he just goes. Oh. What he does is
No,
he
yeah,
just.
I'm curious how healing magic works for you with your deity. What is the process? As the
So
flesh
my
needs back.
deity's
You should eat something or do you want grape?
hit like his mark is a hand. So he just holds up his hand and it glows in radiant energy, and he places it on Bree's shoulder and goes, "Wake up."
So Bree comes to and kind of like looks really dazed. She goes, "Wow, they hit harder than the guys at the bar." Ugh.
You'd be dead if it weren't for me. Be more careful next time.
Aori says hi.
Oh.
Ugh. She like sits up and like rubs her face.
Interesting.
Well,
God
I think
says
I made
hi.
it more. I don't know.
It's like, by the way, God says hi. I'm like, oh, cool.
You're like, "You're not mad at me anymore, huh?" Ugh.
So
You know, I've never fancied myself as a team person, but that did make things more exciting.
It did, didn't it?
I think we should check up the stairs first.
Oh yeah, guys, there was a stairwell over there.
But what's through that door? And Bree will point to the other door.
We'll
No.
find out after we check the stairwell.
But the door's closer. Whatever. Whatever. Somebody else take the keys. This is not my type of responsibility. And she'll like hold up the chain of keys and like jingle them until somebody takes them from her.
mhm.
I will not.
So, just so you're aware of your environment, there's a rack with spears. There's a bunch of swords kind of sheathed and put into kind of racks. There's a couple suits of armors and stuff, chainmails, jerkins, and helms. There's
Is there a piece of copper wire on any of the weapons?
copper wire. Probably
Any
someone.
weapon of pack guano.
Yeah, probably one of the battle axes has been reinforced at the head with wires made of copper. There's a lot of arrows and
Can I go
quivers
ahead
on the
and-
back wall.
I'll take a
Do there
bow and
happen to be
quiver
any
and
swords that are?
What was that?
Do there happen to be any swords that are particularly thin?
These are more like arming sword, basically. There's not a whole lot of variety amongst them. It's like a man-at-arms garrison's ready room, so it's not an armory, but
Shame.
there's plenty of each type of thing. There's spears, bows and arrows. There's crossbows at the back, although far less of them. It seems like the crossbows are probably more popular based off of what you're seeing with the amount of slots there are versus how much are empty. That's all.
Good to know.
Corvantis kind of looks at everyone and goes, "We need to find my..."
We need to find my rapier.
We need to find my rapier.
Well,
Like,
here's
Looks at Avery, is like, eh.
well, he looks around. He goes, "Well, here's the thing. Without my hammer, I can't really help much more than I already have."
Is your hammer magical?
It's divine.
That means yes. He doesn't people
Yes.
well.
Okay.
He kind of just
can I-
stares at Bree.
Detect magic, I don't actually need spell components for. Ha! Fancy that. I don't need bat poop.
I think it
Don't
And,
does consider as
It
that,
says
so yeah.
virtual somatic, so speaking and moving my
It's
hands.
vocal.
Tone
but
saved
virtual would be
emission up
cool,
to
too.
1 minute a level. I'm just doing it at a 0 level, and I can cast it a bunch of times.
So OP.
And its distance is 60 feet. Presence or absence of magical auras.
All right. So Adrian, here. So my hammer, which is Earthbreaker, is a sacred weapon.
Okay.
Meaning, with my class, it has a divine energy around it.
Okay. So you sense many things. This is a standard action and it's concentration up to a minute, so you can basically sit down or do whatever and you start to, your eyes glow purple. You will sense the presence of arcane energy and different magical, whatever it was. Holy magic. I can't remember what you said it was, but it's divine magic presence, all located roughly about 30 feet above you and over somewhere in the upper floor of either the towers or the top portion of the keep, but of magic as well.
I'm sorry, I did not see that. Where did you click on the map where it was?
Oh, it might be the black section.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's somewhere on the north portion.
And I see since what is in that area?
So magic aura is around 2 if you're still focusing. The power and the most potent aura is going to be upstairs. The one here on this floor, which is kind of level with you, doesn't seem to be offering that much magical energy. There's one that's very similarly to it, but directly lower. So there's almost like 2 presents. I'm pointing at, you can't see. Somewhere on the other side of this wall, there's 2 presences of a light magic thing. One's on your same level and one's about 30 feet down, and then there's a bunch more above in the upper keeps. And the only one that's dying magic is on the upper levels.
So I'm only sensing divine magic above, but there might be some bad guys who use magic that way. If you want to go fight them, Bree.
Well, I will say this.
Bree jumps to her feet.
Corvantis looks over. Listen, you guys need to be a little more careful. I can't heal you anymore, especially without my hammer. I can stabilize you, but I can't help you anywhere else.
Wasn't me.
Oh yeah, I know
Right.
it wasn't you. It was the little
Corvantis,
bit monkey.
that was
Yes.
a.
Hammer upstairs.
We're going to the stairs. Corvantis, that was a wonderful combination move, but it's also a one-time thing for me. So hold off until tomorrow.
All right.
My back hurts. That guy hit hard.
I wonder why.
Ugh. Being slumped over like that was not.
Corvantis is fighting the urge to just backhand you right now. Like everything in him.
Can I add the copper wire to my spell components?
Yeah, you can. You can harvest that from one of the battle axes.
Don't use this one, guys.
Does anybody else? Yeah. Does anyone else want the second battle axe I got? Because if not, I'm just gonna drop it. He doesn't need to.
Bree can't use it. She wouldn't take it.
Can Elly use it?
I already grabbed a bow and arrow.
Okay. Would
Not that I
Juju's
plan on
character
using
want
a
it?
bow and arrow.
Averi?
Not unless it's like. No. Nope. Nope.
All right.
I would be at a flat roll to hit.
Mm.
No.
He
Plus one to
takes
hit.
this. He takes the spare one and he just sets it down next to the stairwell. In case I need you, I'll come back for you.
Actually,
Always so polite.
could I like? You said that at least one of the guards had a dagger. Could I like harvest a couple daggers off of people?
Yeah.
Harvest.
In the ready room, there's plenty of mundane weapons to get stuff if you wanted to, or if you